things for some things. Somebody says, I'm a boy, I'm born a boy, but I think I'm a girl. Hey, we got a physical solution for that. Let's mutilate your genitals, reconstruct them, give you medicine the rest of your life. Let's give you a physical solution to what seems clearly to be a spiritual or mental, emotional problem.
Yeah.
How's history going to judge that? They're going to look back and go, those guys were crazy. That was a terrible thing they did to. They did that to minors? They let children do that? This woman went to every doctor and nobody could help her. And then she came to Jesus, who could have a spiritual remedy. Today, how many of us need a spiritual remedy? Mark Cuban's a guy that has more than $6 billion of worth. Sold part of the Dallas Mavericks. The other day he saw his father, who still works and makes $40,000 a year, and the check came for dinner. And the dad swiped it off the table and said, Mark, you're not paying for this. And he goes, Dad, I'm a billionaire. I could buy this building, this restaurant, this neighborhood 10 times over and it wouldn't bother me. Son, you're still my son. And when you're my son, I'm going to pay the tab. I love how Jesus says to this woman, daughter. Romans chapter 8, verse 15, we have the spirit of adoption. Now in John chapter 20, verse 17, it says, now I go to my Father and to your Father. Why? Because fathers have to pay. And that's what we do. We pay for our daughters' weddings. We pay when there's a mistake. We do the best we can to shield our children and to pay the price for them. God so loved this world that he sent his son Jesus to die. You have a destiny of healing. I know some of us have physical ailments. We come to Jesus over and over and we ask him, and I don't know about you, but I'm going to press it even more. I'm not going to give up. I'm going to knock and keep knocking. I'm going to seek and keep seeking. I'm going to believe that Jesus still does miracles, that he's the God that heals us, that he's still Jehovah Rapha. And even though years have gone by for some of us, let's keep knocking. Let's keep pressing. It doesn't mean we get to stop. Maybe our hope, it just gets a little bit more closer to Jesus. And we say, Lord, it's been all these years. But Lord, we still have faith. We still believe. We're still asking. When we come to the age to come, he's going to wipe away every tear from our eye. That this ailment isn't just for death, but perhaps God is going to get some glory for it. In 1977, there was a man named Rick Holt, whose son was born with a severe case of cerebral palsy. And with his father's help, the boy could move a little bit and communicate a little bit, but it took a lot of patience for the father and mother. And they greatly loved their son. The son was watching TV one day, and he saw a commercial for a charity race. And he said to his dad, Dad, do you think me and you could run in that race? And the father wasn't a runner, wasn't really an athlete. He said, well, what do you mean? He goes, maybe you could run, and maybe you could push me, and together we could raise money for that cause. I'd like to do that, Dad. Is there any way? And it was a 5-mile race. So the dad's like, well, all right, I'll start training. So the dad started training, and he got a big stroller he could put his son in, and so they buckled him in, and the day of the race came, and son's like, Dad, do you think we're going to win? He's like, no, we're not going to win. but we raised a lot of money, and they started running, and sure enough, everybody went way past him, But people waited for him to finish because it was such a beautiful thing to see a father with his son with the cerebral palsy all buckled in, just smiling away. And when they crossed, everybody cheered, and the son said, Dad, for the first time, I didn't feel like I was handicapped. Dad, do you think we could run again? And Dad said, yeah, I really liked it. Let's run again. And the son said, do you think we could do a marathon? Dad's like, well, guess I better get training. So he got training, and he ran a marathon, pushing his son, and they signed up for the Boston Marathon. It got on the news, and they started a foundation to help more places get ramps and help people with disabilities get to play more sports. And so they started raising money, got to quit his job, and the rest of his family started helping. And there he was at the Boston Marathon pushing his son. And his son was just smiling the whole time. Dad, I feel like I'm everybody else when we're running together. And a couple years go by, and he says, hey, Dad, there's one of those Ironmans coming up.